today to hearing today's discussion and having the opportunity to hear Mr. Lynch and our friends tell their story and paint a picture with words that we can all learn from, grow upon, and can continue to become a better people together. Thank you.
Continuing the Fight is an original composition by Edward Lynch. It speaks to the history and the gains made back then, as well as the challenges we face now. Please welcome Meridian spoken word artist Edward Lynch.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Forgive me if I stumbled a little bit. I just finished this piece, and it's based on information that Susan had given me of what we were trying to accomplish here. And this piece is titled, Continuing the Fight. Continuing the fight, a moral imperative in my life, because the pendulum of justice and equality seems stuck on stupid. That could never be the norm. We must continue the fight because of glass ceilings, brutal murders under cover of blue, Brown, Bland, Carter, murders from Florida to New Jersey to Philadelphia. Take your pick. Because of 4 little girls who never lived to discriminate, because racism is learned. Hoses and dogs, fires and bombs, the back of the bus, colored waiting rooms, and Tuskegee. Waiting illegally at Starbucks, buying while black at Macy's, a racially divided society. Muhammad Ali saying, but I ain't going no 10,000 miles to murder and kill other poor people. With a conviction strong enough to suffer jail and stifle a career, continuing the fight must be a moral imperative in every man's life. The Indian Removal Act of 1830, because of separate but equal, that was never equal. The spirit of sharecropping never intended to be equal. The interring of children in tender-age shelters, and other times and things that are happening that are creating mental flashbacks to internment camps. Not quite the same, but very similar. Continuing the fight must be an imperative because of discrimination against those identified by letters, DACA, LGBTQ, or just plain others. We must continue the fight because the words of Lady Liberty no longer rings true. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of the teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. Words no longer true, because Lady Liberty is pregnant and Uncle Sam is her man. I'll fight. Even after seeing the prophetic words of Robert F. Kennedy spoken in 1968, fulfilled. A Negro could be president in 40 years, he said. There we were, 40 years. Years and years too late, but it happened in a way. Because collectively, we fought. Use the vote. We must continue the fight to make sure Lady Justice is truly blind. We must all join hands, Jews and Gentiles, Christians, Protestants, Muslims, and Catholics. Righteousness should know no religion. I'll fight because I understand and embrace the sacrifices of Cheney, Goodman, and Swerner. I have learned lessons only learned by being Southern, black, and male. We have all learned lessons from freedom schools to 1960 Mississippi, Birmingham, Montgomery. Lessons that bear an uncanny resemblance to today. From Jackson, Mississippi to Ferguson, Missouri, fighting can only make those lessons less damning. And I've learned the lessons of to vote or not to vote. Continuing the fight is a moral imperative, fighting side by side the rich, the poor, the haves and the have-nots. Justice must not be afforded a financial conscience. Fighting for me is a moral imperative for all the times Daddy was called a boy when he was truly a man, for all the times my ancestors did equal work for unequal pay. Let's all imagine how sick and tired Fannie Lou must have been of being sick and tired. We must all continuously and actively fight because of mylar blankets and chain link cages. Because of elected officials who say they will, but they don't. Because Dr. King dreamed the dream for us, we must fulfill the dream for him. Because the ties that bind us are much stronger, far more durable than the superficial differences that divide us. Let's continue the fight.